Someone corrected me with I don't know if this is French, you guys, but tarot the new here, the Hanson's tarot. And then we're going to do the Rider-Waite, the Radiant Rider-Waite with the yellow bag, okay? So please pick your deck. Let's jump in and dive in to see what is blocking you from love. I do want to say, while you guys are picking your deck, I am a psychic medium. I read tarot intuitively. I start with a channeled message from Spirit, and then I move on to the description of the cards. I will leave all my description below for a personal reading. And thank you so much for returning. If you need more time, pause the video. Let's jump in. So pile one. So let's start with the little oracle and see what's going on with you guys. What is blocking you from love? Okay, so I am getting a vision that some of you guys have a very traumatic background, okay? I am seeing that there was a divorce at a very young age. I am seeing during your childhood. I'm seeing a yellow bus running, like, wow, this feels really traumatic. But I feel for some of you, this may not resonate for everyone, but I am seeing, like, you know, the old school yellow buses, that some of you guys may have gotten on a bus, or you were running towards a bus, but one of your parents, like your father figure here, this person was moving their things out because your parents were going through a divorce. And if this does not resonate, there is something here linking to the missing father for pile one. There is a strong ache underneath the subconscious here. Really, really, really that shadowy energy of feeling left behind, okay? And I feel like this is something that started around childhood, and there is an anxiousness. There is a sense of an anxiety around being left or being abandoned or losing control. For pile one, control is a really big, big, big deal here, okay? Pile one, what is going on? What is blocking you from love? And I feel that a lot of you guys definitely, what is blocking you from love? There's just a deep sense of loneliness, and some of you guys may not even admit that. Like, you'll never admit that, because I am sensing a lot of pride here. But there is a deep sense of loneliness and you know, and I feel like this kind of developed itself into like an anxious kind of attachment, okay? Like an attachment style here of anxiousness when it comes to your love partner. So you may be, for pile one, you may be someone when you're in love, you like to know that your partner loves you through verbal affirmation. You like to know that your partner is reciprocating the love through constant validation, okay? So pile one, you're a verbal affirmation person, okay? Or you are an acts of service person. Look up the love languages. This was actually really helpful for me throughout my psychology pursuit to really understand people, especially if you're confused about not understanding how to love people, because what we think is love isn't love for someone else, because we've all had different childhoods. We've all had different learned behaviors and different you know, environments, right? So take a look, okay? So what's blocking you from love, pile one, please? Some of you guys still kind of, I am seeing that, you know, some of you guys actually have a hard time, some of you guys have a hard time with sleeping at night. So a lot of you guys may even be night owls. You spend a lot of time at night awake, and you may have insomnia, okay? So I feel like there is just a lot of anxiety surrounding a lot of issues with control. And this all started with your childhood, okay? But I do feel that the thing is, one of your strongest abilities here in love is your endurance. I am channeling, this is definitely for my viewers who are Scorpios, Tauruses, Leos, okay? But it could be water, it could be fire, it could be earth. You guys are recently coming out of a relationship where you had to detach from someone with a child, or this person already had a child, or this was the person you had a child with. But this was very traumatizing for you because it was almost like your inner child was like reliving the same situation that you went through when you were a child, okay? So I feel like this was definitely a tower moment for you. It was like, I'm getting a vision that you guys were ripped apart from each other. I do feel this was divinely guided. I feel like this was something that was meant to happen. Most recent past for pile 1. And I feel like this relationship had taken its course. Pile 1, recent past. What's happening here in love. So the ability to let go of this person that was very toxic for you, because this relationship kept you bound. I'm seeing that, pal, when you actually lost money when you were with this person, you lost opportunity because you wanted this connection so bad that you blocked everything else out. And that was so toxic that the universe had to pull you away. And once you pulled away, you were actually healing ancestral karma. These are things that you experienced in your own childhood through your mother, your father, of staying in situations longer than needed, okay? Despite having an expiration date. So the recent past here in love, Archangel Michael. Yes. Yes, exactly. The Tower. What did I say? Yeah, you guys went through this was divinely guided in order to help you, realize that you are more powerful than you know, to get you to focus on the material world. A lot of you guys were connected to a karmic partner or a soulmate that was a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I feel like this was like the end of the end. Like, you were done. You did not want to fight for this anymore, okay? I feel like, in all honesty, this connection really took your identity. It took a lot of your energy is what I'm seeing. But it really, Spirit was really, really working on you to teach you your strength, to teach you that you're a warrior, to teach you that you're focused. So out of all these cards, this Knight of Pentacles is looking away. So you're looking away from the drama. Like, Spirit is refocusing your attention to the things that matter, like your career, like your life purpose, like your soul mission, okay? This shift here was so big for you because this person that you loved was such a lesson. There's so much karma being played out about your identity. I am seeing that you may have lost people that you loved, that you were close to, because you were obsessing over this person, okay? This is definitely for the people who, especially for my Capricorns out there, I'm feeling strong, Cap. The blockages here, Spirit was trying to get you to see. So the card of growth is in reverse, okay? So Spirit was trying to get you to unblock yourself from this connection so you could grow. This is a blockage in love here. Your spiritual growth, your material growth, this feels like money, career. You see all those roots. This is Mother Gaia, okay? This is like Mother Earth, like the earth plane. And that was blocked for you. And the will. Again, this connection really blocked your sense of identity and your growth. This is the most recent past energy, okay? So what is currently blocking you from love? What is currently blocking you from love, please? Pile 1. Some of you guys have a pessimistic heart about love. You may kind of go into it and you're already thinking this person is going to be the same exactly with the 5 of Swords. I didn't even have to see it to read it. You guys are coming into a place of like, I'm seeing a lot of heavy energy in your heart chakra, but a lot. I want you guys, listen, I want you guys to focus on clearing your third eye and your higher crown chakras, especially your crown. There is a blockage surrounding tuning into your intuition that I want you guys to clear. How do you clear this? Meditate. How do you meditate? Find a guided meditation on YouTube and drink some tea, okay? Drink some, I posted a few recipes of teas. Use one of those. Sit down, get in a good space, 5 minutes, meditate. You guys need to center yourself and awaken to the bigger picture here, because you're letting your pain of your past really drown you here, okay? And that is blocking you from love. The 5 of Swords is about ego. The 5 of Swords is really about always being on the defense. Like, look at her knife. Look, she's ready to like poke somebody with that thing. Okay, this is how you're approaching love. I get it. You've been hurt, okay? But the defense mechanisms are also going to attract the same lessons, because what you're telling the universe is that you're so protected now that you're going to expect pain. So now that you expect someone to hurt you, the universe is very simple. We attract what we feel, we attract what we think. So if we think that the next person is going to hurt us, they're going to hurt us. Not because the universe is cruel, but because we are emitting this negative energy and we are attracting it. Pile 1, you are a magnet for the law of attraction. So this is about your inner sense of living and feeling. What is blocking you from love, Pile 1? Yes. Wow. Some of you guys are on a twin flame journey, okay? So you are kind of karmically, it's like you're already kind of fated to be with your twin. So there's issues surrounding that, because some of you guys are trying to like explore other options while still maintain a space for your counterpart, your divine counterpart. So what is blocking you here, Pile 1, from love? You guys are carrying not only just your own karma from the past, you're carrying your ancestors' karma, and it's like you're not allowing yourself to work through it. You're just carrying the burden that it hurts. How can you attract love when you're in a state of this? Look at that. There's a lot of fire energy. Some of you guys may be strong fire signs or have fire in your chart. But how can you attract love when you're living like that, right? It's like, this is about really being honest and coming from a place of heart. Not only crown chakra, but getting your heart space. Do bits and pieces and cleanse. Cleanse the trauma, okay? Cleanse. Now, again, what's blocking you is your style of communication. Some of you guys are very cutting with your words, out of self-protection. So the minute someone does something remotely suspicious or that could be wrong, you want to attack them, okay? So again, maybe this is not the right time for love. You might have a lot on your plate, okay? But I love that the Wheel of Fortune is here and it's addressing that things will get better. So how can you unblock this energy and attract more love, Pile 1? You guys, I'm getting a vision of rose quartz, okay? So please go grab yourself a chunk, meditate with it. Meditate. A lot of heart energy. How can you unblock yourself from this energy here to attract new love? Pile 1. I'm getting a vision of purging, like literal purging. So you need to, I really feel like you guys have to allow yourself to let go of the things that are negative in your mind and in your heart. And I know it's easier said than done, but do a burning bowl ritual. Write down everything that you feel in your heart that is weighing heavy on you and let it go. Burn it and put it in the bowl, okay? Obviously be safe. Like, don't just, you know, cause a fire. But this could be at the beach. This could be anywhere, but just release it. Write it, purge it, release, okay? The 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the 9 of Wands, okay? So, yeah, you guys have been through a lot. You guys have been through a lot in love, and that's obvious here. Spirit is asking you to take these lessons some of you guys may be diving into work to distract yourself from the pain, and Spirit is asking you to really release yourself from I don't know why I'm getting third-party situations as well. So if you guys have a tendency to end up in affairs and stuff like that, like, really own your worth. It's a complete, like, it's time for a full renewal, a sense of, like, complete, it's like time to really, really, really renew yourself. A rebirth, a change, especially with this 9 of Wands. Yes, and allow yourself to let people in. Don't be so guarded. That's really where it's at. And what is an example of letting people in is, like, assume the best. Easier said than done. Trust me, I get it. I know it's hard. But Spirit is asking you to allow new love in by being compassionate, which is what the Rose Quartz is all about. It's about unconditional love. We're all doing the best that we can, okay? But also remain discerning, right? Like, don't just be foolish about it. But yeah, I hope that was helpful, you guys. Let's move on to pile 2. Let me know if it resonates. Pile 2. All right, pile 2. Let's see what's going on with you guys. What is blocking you from love? Pile 2. Some of you guys had a child very early on, okay? Or you may have had a parent that maybe had you at a very young age. There's something about being a young mother, a young father. This kind of shifted your perspective in love because of your experiences of having this kind of responsibility. I'm seeing specifically pile 2 has something to do with motherhood here, okay? There was also a lot of like fighting for your love within the household, okay? Where 2 parents were fighting for your love. There was a lot of like push-pull here is what I'm getting, okay? So yeah, some of you guys had to endure a really hectic environment in the home place growing up, okay? And this was like the foundation for you. This was like what you saw was like a lot of like viciousness, and that kind of taught you from an early age what love was, is what I'm seeing. So it's like there was a lot of fighting in the household. There was a lot of disagreements. There's a lot of power struggles, a lot of ego. And so I feel like this really set the tone for you. And in love, I feel it's almost like pile 2, if there wasn't any drama, you almost felt uncomfortable. If there wasn't a sense of drama or fighting in your environment, I feel like you almost felt like something wasn't right. So this was like toxic kind of learned behavior in your environment. But the positive aspects is that you also learned how to be very diplomatic. This is such a Libra energy here. I'm picking up Virgo, Libra, Gemini. Could be earth, air, water. I'm sorry, earth, air. Cancer. The most recent past in love, pile 2. What has happened that has caused these blockages? Yeah, some of you guys were definitely a young mother, a young father. Alongside with having this kind of dramatic background at home, I feel I'm getting a vision of a child at a very young age. A lot of you guys had heavy responsibilities. That was at the bottom of the deck. You guys had heavy responsibilities in terms of your youth, and so I feel like this kind of shaped the way you loved. I feel a lot of you guys didn't even get a chance to fully develop your sense of healthy love. The most recent past for pile 2 in love. And if that's not the case, you guys had to grow up really fast. If you didn't have a child, this is about your inner child, like having to grow up super fast to the point where I feel like developmentally you didn't get a chance to kind of grow in a natural way because you had to be an adult at such a rapid rate, okay? Most recent past that created blockages in love. Some of you guys definitely had issues, like there's issues with boundaries here, issues with letting people go. Like you have a hard time letting people go is what I'm seeing, okay? Yeah, so we have the 9 of Wands, we have the 6 of Swords, we have the 8 of Swords, okay? So in the most recent past, you definitely were trying to kind of hold on to a connection. I feel like some of you guys were dealing with a fire sign. Sag, Leo, Aries, Virgo, Taurus. And I feel like you were dealing with someone who kind of there's an issue here with boundaries. So I feel like this person kept taking from you, or they kept kind of abusing their power because you love them. I'm feeling that you kept going back despite them not wanting you, or despite them pushing you away, despite them kind of treating you poorly. There was a sense of you going back. The 8 of Swords is definitely about someone who has some serious trauma and serious self-esteem issues. And I feel like it's like you did so much for this person that it created blockages in your heart, because at the end of the day, I feel like this person still walked away from you. And it was almost like they walked away without an apology, without anything. You know what I mean? So that really created blockages for sure. And there is a blockage here surrounding a sense of peace, okay? So this is about a meditation card as well. And also resilience. So you guys are definitely, you have a lot. Like there's a lot from your past. This is everything that you're carrying karmically and ancestrally. It's heavy. So yeah, of course you're going to be blocked when a lot of this has to do with just your life experiences with love and your burdens that you had to carry very early on in life. Okay? Like you guys had to grow up really fast. So what is blocking you from love right now? Pile 2. There may be a tendency to be possessive in a connection, especially if you're dealing with off and on a Leo, Sag, Aries. Whoever you're dealing with is screaming fire sign. So I'm seeing a lot of fire here. And I feel like there was a lot of back and forth with the fire sign. You may have had a really traumatic experience with a fire sign where you felt like, wow, like this person, like you did everything. I feel like you guys carried a lot of their shit for this person, and then they just kind of left you out in the cold. So what is blocking you from love? Or you may have a fire sign here that you keep letting back in, and there's a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of fighting here. So this feels like a person is blocking your love. This feels like you're holding on to somebody here. This might even be a marriage. This person might even be married. I love that every card has the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. Yeah, there's definitely some secrets. Absolutely. You may have been the third party situation to a marriage and secrets came out. And this person kind of just left you high and dry. And it's blocking you because you're still in love with this person. So what is the King of Rods here? Let's clarify. Let's see what's happening. What about the Hierophant for blocking? Like blockage in love. Pile 2. Yeah, you guys have been off and on with a fire sign. And it could be, you know, it could be a Leo, Sag, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Or heavy fire in their chart. And they could be a water sign and then have fire in their chart, vice versa. But I feel like recently there was an issue. There was a big fight between you and this person. And I feel like everything happened so quickly. I feel like you were really in love with this person pretty fast. But this is also about your boundaries. So this is saying how fast that you're giving to people or how fast you're falling in love with people is really a reflection of your own inner child and the emptiness you have within to fill. It has nothing to do with other people. I want to explain that because we often think that we're so in love, and that might be true. Okay, but you know, one of the things my therapist taught me, which was amazing, it was such a lifesaver, is that we always idealize love as if it's some euphoric fantasy. Like we create this fantasy in our world, in our life, to give and to feed the emptiness of our inner child that we feel. When we are so attached so fast, trust me, I've been there, I've done it, I'm not judging. This is learned. I'm telling you what I went through, my own learned experiences in therapy. When we tend to give really quickly, or we give and give and give, and we're not receiving, or we idealize, we go into this Eight of Wands energy, what's happening is that not only are we doing a disservice to ourselves by imposing energy on someone who may not want it. This person may want it in the moment, they may want it forever, who knows? But you're imposing, you're forcing energy if it's not being met halfway. And then at that point, it's not even love because it's your idea of what you want it to be. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. Love meets you halfway. Love isn't you putting in all the work and them just taking. That isn't love. That is your need, your inner child screaming to be seen. That has nothing to do with your partner, has nothing to do with love. It's all to do with your own trauma and your emptiness of the inner child void. That shit shook me when I learned this truth about myself. I was like, are you kidding me? But it made sense because I did the work. I've been in therapy for 9 years, you guys. But anyway, it's like doing the work, and you journal every time it happens and you start to see it. But you have to see it. I'm not saying love isn't real, okay? But love will meet you here. It won't meet you here. So you guys have this blocked energy here because you guys have been going back and forth with someone who is already married, or you were married to this person and you're still holding a space. It is hard to let go of a marriage. I get it. I get it. if that is the case for you. But this is what's blocking you from love. And also allowing yourself to give things time. This is something that is very destined. It's fated. It's karmically aligned for you to learn. Okay? But I feel it was more about you falling in love with someone who was already in a committed relationship, and they kind of treated you like, you know, it was a hard lesson to learn. So, what is the advice here to unblock yourself to attract new love? What is your advice here to attract new love? Aww. I love that. If you are in a third-party situation, this is like the second time this came up. Please let go of this person. Whoever you're dealing with who is already in a third party, they need to resolve their stuff. It doesn't matter if they're a divine counterpart or not. If they are in a committed relationship, you need to give them the time they need to figure that out. And in turn, your angels are asking you to focus on your inner happiness, your family, your inner wealth, your outer wealth. This is about completion and feeling gratitude for what you have. You know, feeling grateful for your experiences and letting the past die. Like closing out this chapter. I think there's a quote that says, say thank you when life is good to you and say thank you when life is bitter. Okay? So I hope that helped you guys. You have a lot of good things coming your way. Just, it's all about holding a space for gratitude. And work on your throat chakra. Self-expression is big here to help you with your boundaries and expressing your truth. All right, let's move on. Pile 3. Pile 3. Let's see what is going on here. What is blocking you from love? Pile 3. I mean, I want to ask, because I'm channeling right now, do you guys even want love? I mean, because I feel like you guys are fine. So what is the blockage here? Your independence? I'm channeling a feeling of being comfortable in your own skin. But are you taking that too far? See, beneath that, there's always layers to our behavior, right? There's always so many layers to our behavior. When we think, oh, I don't need nobody, that's usually because we've been hurt so much, right? We've learned to kind of adapt to being alone. What is blocking you from love, Pile 3? There is a deep insecurity inside of you that you feel that you're not good enough. Oh my God. I want to scream. Ah! As soon as I finish saying there's a deep sense of insecurity within you, feeling not being lovable enough, look at the card that I pulled. I mean, I just can't make this up. I didn't even see it as I said it because I closed my eyes. Oh my God. Yeah, there is a feeling. It's like you block people out because you're afraid to give yourself, okay? You're afraid. You're afraid. Yeah, you do have a strong sense of independence. Like, you know how to be alone. Like, you're someone who has mastered being alone. You're very self-oriented in all areas of your life, even with friends. But I do feel there is a feeling of insecurity or not being able to, like you're not good enough or you don't feel worthy enough for love here. And this is masked by an over sense of independence. And I know it because I do this myself. It's like, I don't need nobody. Right? And that's cool. Like, but the reality is, to some degree, we all want to be partnered at some point. It's it's part of evolution. We're not all meant to have children. We're not all meant to have a traditional family. I'm not saying that. But I am saying, as human beings, we always do better when we are partnered in a healthy, conscious relationship, not a toxic attachment. There's a difference. There's a difference between healthy partnerships and toxic relationships. But guess what? Toxic relationships teach us. They teach us how to stand in our power. They teach us how to be more in tune with our self-love. A lot of you guys, there is a feeling of not being good enough here. I feel like maybe in middle school, something happened in middle school here that really traumatized you. There was a strong rejection from someone that you were in love with. You know, the puppy love, right? But the puppy love can turn into a huge, like, oof, like you'll remember that shit for life, especially if you're a Cancer or a Cancer sun, moon, rising, even a Cancer Mercury. It's like you remember the words that were spoken to you. So a lot of you guys, I don't know why I'm seeing the color blue. So I don't know if that's meaningful for anybody. You may be a water sign. Some of you guys have a strong connection to the throat chakra. You need to be able to express what's happened to you. Some of you guys are holding on to childhood memories that are traumatic that you're not expressing, or even if they're not traumatic, things have bothered you in life and you're not expressing your truth. You're not talking about it. You're letting it fester inside of you. So this is a sign here that, you know, there is a strong focus on expressing your sense of not being good enough. Okay? So the most recent past and blockages in love here. Pile 3. Yeah, a lot of you guys are very secretive. There's such a strong high priestess. There's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of quiet time. There's just like a lot of not talking about things. Maybe you're spending a lot of time alone. Maybe with this action card, you guys need to get back out there. You really have to actively get back out there to date. Because I'm seeing that there is almost like a sense of blocking yourself. Like you don't want, it's like you don't want to connect with people. It's like you shy away from trying. Even if you are flirting a little bit, you might shy away from intimacy. Intimacy is a huge thing here for you. There might be some secrets. There are some things that have happened. Trauma, PTSD. Okay, a lot of healing is happening here. A lot of you guys are like suffering in silence. So this is the time to speak up. So what is currently blocking you from love? Pile 3. Yeah, maybe this is not the time. The universe is working in your favor right now. They're trying to align you with a new chapter in your life. What is currently blocking you? Yes, you're clearing karma. Your focus is money right now, okay? So I really see that the focus right now is on security. This is about building a better version of yourself. Building a stronger version of yourself, a better version of yourself, to eliminate distractions of lust, to eliminate distractions that are very painful here. I feel like in the past, you guys, I really feel like, again, there's something here that happened in middle school. It might have been some kind of, you know, I don't want to trigger anyone, but it might have been some kind of abuse of some sort here as a child. But this manifested into a lot of secret, like being very secretive and repressing a lot, like you're repressing. I'm feeling it. So what is blocking you now from love? I mean, this isn't such a bad thing. It's like you're really, like the universe is like, look, this isn't the focus. Love isn't the focus right now. You know, get your life together. So this is a karmic destiny here about the realignment of where you're supposed to put your energy. What is blocking you in love? Okay. Yeah, you guys are very busy. You guys are so busy working. Oh my God, there's so much going on because you're really focused on your coin. You may have lost money recently, okay? So how can you attract new love? How can you unblock yourself and attract new love? How can you attract new love? attract new love and unblock yourself from this energy. Some of you guys need to let someone go that you have been dealing with off and on. Unblock yourself. How can you attract a new love, pile 3? Attracting new love, opening your heart. I just keep hearing opening your heart. Yeah, insecurities, okay? Strong insecurities. You got to work on it. I feel like I got a vision that a lot of you guys hide from the public. Like you hide, even though you want to be in the public eye, you may be even in the public eye, but you hide your true self. Like you've learned how to master a chameleon-like energy where you are a specific way depending on who you are around, okay? So how to attract love here with the Hierophant. This is saying, you know, maybe go out and date traditionally. Some of you guys have strong values around love, okay? Like a lot of you guys may really believe in marriage. You may really believe in tradition. And to open yourself up, open your heart, the Holy Grail, open your heart to new opportunities, to love. Go out and date and do things properly, okay? This is saying with the King of Pentacles is really be comfortable in your own skin and what you have to offer. Be confident, especially when it comes to your money. And not only that, I think this is the goal for pile 3, to become more financially secure, more stable, more confident in what you have to offer. And then also, you know, attracting new love by not allowing people part-time, okay? You guys are really serious about what you want, but if you can't get your self-esteem right, it's not going to manifest itself the way it's supposed to. This goes hand in hand. Working on your boundaries, your self-limitations, and like really owning your beauty inside and out, and not accepting divine counterparts that are not meeting you halfway. They need to meet you halfway with commitment, because a lot of you guys have allowed people in your life who are half-assed, who are not committing to you in whatever way that looks like. So now it's time to open your heart to love that will commit to you. Okay? That's how you unblock yourself and attract new love. Mwah. Thank you so much. Please drop a comment. Let me know if this resonates. Bye.